For the tortillas, we're going to need 1.5 cups of hot water and 2 cups of masa harina. We're going to need 2 cups of masa harina, one and a half cups of hot water, and now we're just going to mix. Just be careful that your water's not too hot. We want to get the consistency of our dough to feel like Play-Doh. So depending on the temperature of your kitchen, the water amount might be a little bit different. So that's about the consistency we're looking for. It looks a little sticky, but not too sticky. And we want to let this rest for about 5 minutes or so. I'm placing a non-stick pan. This is actually a crepe pan, but you can use a comal or any kind of pan that's extended enough to cook about 3 tortillas. So let's turn it on to medium heat. Traditionally, we use a tortilla press like this one, sometimes even made out of wood, to press the tortillas, but if you don't have this, it's completely okay. You can make them in a different way. What I like to do when I don't have a tortilla press is simply use a Ziploc bag. I've cut it on all sides. I'm gonna finish this one off right here. There we go. And we're gonna use a small rolling pin. You can use a large rolling pin. Even a bottle of water will work. So with the palms of your hand, you just wanna roll it a little bit and then pat it down just a tiny bit. Put it on your Ziploc bag. Cover it with the other piece and just simply roll. You want to try to get round tortillas, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Now we take off that side. And the thickness is totally up to you, but it should look about like this. Now it's ready to go on the hot skillet. I also want to show you, in case you do have a tortilla press at home, this is how you would use it. So you grab your little ball, and again, you're going to roll it in your palms, press it down just a little bit, open it up, and you also need some type of plastic to line your tortilla press. I just used one from the grocery store. This is what you usually put your produce in. And you're gonna push down lightly. It's just about 3 pounds of pressure. And you can see it makes it super beautifully round. So if you can get your hands on a tortilla press, I highly recommend one. To cook the tortilla, you simply place it lightly on your pan. You're going to be flipping it a total of 3 times. The first flip is going to be the fastest one. What we were looking for is for the outside of the tortilla to kind of start curling up a little bit. You can kind of see it's starting to do so right here. Just wait a tad bit more. We're starting to see innards are starting to curl up a little bit. So it's about 10 seconds, and now we can flip it. This is our second flip. This is the flip that's going to take the longest. What we're doing is we're letting it cook on that second side, and we're looking for tiny little bubbles to start forming. So this should take about 1 minute. I typically like to cook about 3 or 4 tortillas at a time, but to make sure that I show you the proper technique, I'm simply using one. In a little bit, I can show you what it looks like when you're cooking several at a time. We're getting ready to flip our tortilla. And as you can see, we're starting to see a couple of little bubbles start forming. So let's go ahead and flip it over. And at this point, we want to press a little lightly on it. Be careful, it's hot. But if you press, you can start to see that it creates this beautiful puff on the tortilla. And that is exactly what we're looking for. And now you know that your tortilla is ready. And now I want to show you what it looks like to cook several tortillas at a time. So here I have 4. This one's ready to flip, so they're starting to curl up a little bit. And I'm doing this with my hands, but feel free to use a spatula if you prefer. Here we see the curling on this one again, so let's flip that one. This one's just about ready as well. We're starting to see a couple of bubbles forming here. They're tiny, but this one's ready to turn. Again, I want to just press it a little bit so that we can get that puff. This one should be ready now too. That one's ready. And you press it a little bit just to kind of help it, but if you notice, it's doing all of the work on its own. And if for some reason your tortilla decides not to puff, it's totally okay. It's still gonna be delicious. Sometimes it just happens. As you're making your tortillas, I recommend that you wrap them up in a kitchen towel so that they'll stay warm and soft. I have this tortilla warmer, but it's really not necessary. Any kitchen towel will work. Make sure to like this video, share it if you loved it, and subscribe to my channel for more recipes. Oh, and follow me on social media at AMDV.